Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the digital asset investor. You know, I spoke about this a week or two ago, but it came back up. I got this, this was sent to me by @Discord in Crypto. I think that's a picture, as I recall, is that from The Lion King or one of the Disney cartoon movies? I can't remember. But anyway, he says, it's happening. The worlds of crypto assets and traditional finance have been brought closer together by Swiss bank Vontobel's digital asset vault. More banks are expected to follow suit, often in combination with technology firms, to bring crypto to the masses. And I went and looked at the article. I'm not going to go through it, but more or less that in the article it said that they're being contacted by other banks, both in Switzerland and internationally, about this. The dominoes are about to fall, folks. It's all beginning. We are starting to see exactly like what he says here. It's happening. And you're going to see more and more of this. And Brad Garlinghouse actually said, and I think I covered it this morning maybe, at the World Forum, what's it called? The Economic Forum over in Davos. Brad Garlinghouse said this year you're going to begin to see these banks start to custody digital assets. Imagine that world when all of a sudden your XRP can be held with traditional banks side by side with fiat. Think about how much liquidity is added to a crypto market that is only $120 billion when it looks like that. It's going to be crazy, folks. Next, I wanted to show you this. I got this from Glasgow XRP @GGOW94. While I'm talking about this, I haven't been to Scotland yet, but the digital asset investor, when all of this takes off, and it is about to take off, when it takes off, the digital asset investor is going to do some traveling, and I would like to go see some of the castles in Scotland. I've always wanted to go there. I've been to Ireland. I've been to England. I've been to Switzerland. The coolest, by the way, if you've never been there, this is when all of you out there become wealthy or have the wherewithal to go do some traveling, one of the neatest towns I've ever been to in my life was, I think it was after college, myself and a group of friends went to Switzerland, and we got on the train, and we went to, since we were young, we wanted to go hit all the ski slope towns, I guess to find the good-looking Swiss girls. So we went to all of the ski towns. That's where we thought they had to be. We ended up in a town that was the dead end of the railroad tracks, as I recall, called Zermatt, Switzerland. This is where the Matterhorn is. That was the coolest little town. You get off the train. There are no cars. I don't think cars can even get there. It's one little strip. There's 2 or 3 hotels. We went, we immediately found ourselves a hotel, went to the hotel, sat in the hotel bar, and they were telling us stories of how famous people from around the world come to that little town, because it's like an unknown little corner of the earth. And so, in fact, they were telling us a story in the hotel about Michael Douglas coming and chasing their bartender around in this particular bar. That's what I remember. So it's like a place that movie stars go and famous people from around the world. But it's the most amazing little town. That's one place I'm going to take my family back to before it's over. I need to go and show them that. I did not ski, but my brother skied on up there where the Matterhorn is. But my skiing days are over. I'm scared of heights. I've told you that before on this channel. I don't want to ski anymore. I'm actually okay at it, but I don't like getting up on those mountains. Okay, moving along. But anyway, Mr. Glasgow XRP, he sent me this. This is Morgan Creek Digital joins $3.1 million round of tokenized real estate firm. Now, 2 points I want to make. First, I've been telling you, Follow the money. I know it's hard for you not to look at this news and be all depressed by the bear market and all that, but follow the money. Morgan Creek Digital is putting $3.1 million into this real estate firm that's going to tokenize not just real estate. Well, I think this firm's going to tokenize real estate, but everything's going to be tokenized. And I want to read to you what he says here. The RealBlocks founder says, no, RealBlocks is an Ethereum-based real estate platform that allows firms to raise capital through tokenized securities, while investors can also directly purchase real estate using both cryptos and fiat currency. And somewhere in here, Anthony Pompliano, right here, what the reason the firm invested in RealBlock was that its core belief is that every stock, bond, currency, and commodity will be tokenized at some point in the future. Now, folks, I pulled RealBlock's website. Okay, they are an Ethereum-based platform, so the tokenizations that they're doing is going to be on the Ethereum platform. But you're going to have all sorts of different tokenized securities and real estate and bonds and everything else. And they're all going to be done on different platforms, and everything is going to flow in a liquid manner, whether it could flow from XRP to one of these tokenized real estate tokens, where they've tokenized someone's real estate. They might have tokenized the Waldorf Astoria at some point, and it'll have its own token, thus immediately making that the person, whoever owns the Waldorf Astoria, they've gone from having an illiquid investment that only a handful of buyers could buy to having a very liquid investment. But imagine, folks, I just want you to sit back for a second and imagine. I've talked about the grocery store example, but imagine you're in a grocery store and you don't have you don't have any money, but you have, let's say you own 0.11% of the Waldorf Astoria token, and you're out of money. You have nothing else. That's your only asset. The world that we're heading towards is a world where that grocery store, an app on your phone, will flow from that 0.11 whatever percent ownership of the Waldorf Astoria into you buying some spaghetti noodles, and it happening instantly, going across ledgers, whether it's going from that Waldorf Astoria token into XRP and then into whatever, and then comes out in some US dollar token that the grocery store accepts. Who knows? But what we do know is that's where all this is going. We don't know which token that grocery store is going to accept yet, but I'm sure that it'll be one or many, probably many, maybe all, who knows. But anyway, that's the big picture of what all this is really about, folks. All right, moving along. Sergeant Obi-Wan, he knocks it out of the park again. He sends me more. Crypto wheels still turning in U.S. Robinhood exchange awarded bit license. Robinhood coming to New York. This is a no-commission trading platform where you can go and buy. You can buy stocks and you can buy digital assets. I can't remember if they have XRP yet. I'll have to look into that. I don't remember if Robinhood has it. I don't think they do. If they do, they haven't had it in my area, I don't think. Moving along. This was currency.com. Currency.com, from what I remember the other day, I talked about them, and they're going to be, I believe they were going to be tokenizing some stocks, as I recall. Don't quote me. But I believe they were going to be tokenizing some stocks, and I had asked them why they're not adding XRP yet. Well, here's what they tweeted. Here's your chance to shill your favorite coin. What coin do you think we should list on our exchange next? So our buddy Leonidas, who you should follow, at Leo, HADJILOIZOU, definite follow in the XRP community. He posted this poll, and I'm going to refresh his poll and see where we're at. Okay. 98% of people with 402 votes say that they should add XRP, and he's put this right underneath their question, so that's just great. If we could get on that one, that would be great, because then XRP is being traded side by side with tokenized securities. I think that's what they were tokenizing at currency.com. Moving along, this is from C3 Nick. We all know that there's been a big controversy. I spoke about it briefly this morning. There was a guy on Twitter who's an obvious anti-XRP guy. He started a company, is my understanding, that did a quote, and I use this term loosely. They did some research and they found some disturbing things about XRP. Well, this guy, if you go back on his Twitter, he has a long history of being against XRP. So he's obviously a Bitcoin guy. And I saw today where he literally went on there and is asking anyone who used to work at Ripple or does work at Ripple, anybody who can tell him anything bad about Ripple or XRP, please contact him. He'd like that information. And then he gets on there and he said that his family was being threatened, which, I mean, of course, the reason I'm not mentioning his name is I don't want that to go forward anymore. I mean, please, anybody listening to me, we don't need any of that kind of stuff. That's not good. We don't ever want anybody to be harmed by anyone, especially over something as silly as this. I mean, come on. But anyway, that's the reason I'm not bringing up any names, because I don't want to be in any way a part of anybody being threatened about anything. But anyway, C3 Nick says the hypocrisy. What the hit piece was about is it was about the circulating supply of XRP cannot be right, and therefore they were inferring that the price should not be as high as it is. I mean, just a total bunch of bull. But what they're saying, the whole core of it is that they're saying, well, Ripple controls all this amount of supply, and that's the whole issue at hand to them. Well, here's the thing, and first let me read his tweet, and then I'll tell you what I listened to today, and you should too. The hypocrisy around circulating supply is mind-blowing. This debate is infested and used by people who have their own agenda, applying different metrics as they see fit. It is ridiculous. He's 100% right. Well, I watched a Modern Investor video on this, and you should go watch it. The Modern Investor, he does a good job. Well, the Modern Investor brought out an obvious point that a lot of the proof of work people don't ever want to talk about. And the overall point of what the Modern Investors are saying is that a lot of the supplies of Bitcoin, all of those, or just about all coins, a large percentage of the supply is controlled by a handful of people. In Bitcoin's case, Satoshi Nakamoto has, I don't know if it's 900, that controls like 900,000 Bitcoins with a total supply of 21 million and 5 or 6 that's been lost forever. So it takes that supply down to the 15 million range, and this one guy that nobody even knows who he is controls around 900,000 of them. And then there's a list of 3 to 5 people, like the Winklevoss brothers, Blythe Masters, Grayscale, as well as Tim Draper. There's 4 or 5 people that own a large percentage of Bitcoin, but they don't want to talk about none of those proof of work people that are Bitcoin maximalists and all. They don't want to talk about that, and that's what the Modern Investor was talking about in his video. Here's another example that he brought up. Litecoin whale alert. 60% of Litecoin's total supply was just moved in a mysterious transaction. And if you get down into this article, they conclude that, let's see if I can get to it. They conclude down here, if this is a single person in control of Litecoin, then it indicates that the whale now owns 15% of the total supply of Litecoin in circulation, making that person the single largest Litecoin holder overnight. Well, the point that the Modern Investor was making, and I'll make it right now, is the only difference between Ripple and XRP and all of these, like Litecoin and Bitcoin and Ethereum, all of them, the only difference is that these people are anonymous. These huge whales that are owners of Bitcoin and Litecoin, many of them can remain anonymous. Ripple is putting out reports, and they're telling you exactly how much they have escrowed. They're being more transparent than any of them. Meanwhile, they're being accused of not being transparent. It's the most upside-down crazy thing you've ever seen. But know that, and this is the reason that I chose XRP in the first place, know that XRP is the one digital asset where you're actually getting quarterly reports. There's people that you can see. There's a captain at the helm in Brad Garlinghouse who holds an MBA from Harvard. They're more connected than anybody with any of these projects across the world with banks, central banks. These guys are legit. They're the real deal, and it drives these other people up the wall. And as I've said before, the one thing you'll never hear any of these people that are anti-XRP say, they will never attack XRP on the technology because they know it's better. They know it's faster. They know it's cheaper, and they know it's more scalable. And so they have to come up with other lines of attacks. And here are the lines of attacks. XRP Research Center put them out. At XRP Center, a definite follow. These are failed FUD attempts against XRP. Centralized ledger, not crypto, not blockchain, but database. Ripple controls it. Ripple will flood the market. No one will use it. It's too fast. Market cap is manipulated. Digital fiat is better. Community equals bot. So we're all a bunch of bots out here. That's another thing that they say. But notice in this list, you don't have in this list, they don't attack Ripple on XRP being slower. They don't say that XRP is more expensive. All the things that really matter, that are really true, they don't talk about. And that tells you everything you need to know. I'm the digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe. Hit the like button. Tell your friends and family that the digital asset investor smells a bull market. I am starting to smell it. I've got a whiff of the money and the digital assets right now. My gut is screaming at me right now, and I don't know why. Well, I do know why. I just feel like I have felt for the last week like this market, like everybody has taken all that they can take. The bear market has run its course, and that everybody is at the very bottom of what they're able to take, and that things are, it just feels like a bottoming out. Thank you for listening.